Hello and welcome to episode 108 Out the Gate
Ooh.
Unqualified Game Chat. I'm your host, Azar Lopez, and with me today is the Ace Bonanza Fit Ready Spencer, the Legacy.
Hi, everyone. How are you this
Hey,
lovely Thursday? Because that's when this goes up.
Spencer, before we get into the happy conversations that we typically have on this
Yes.
show, I do want to set the tone early
Mhm.
on that we will eventually be happy, but we shouldn't ignore that there is a shit ton of chaos going on in LA due to
Yeah,
fires right
holy
now.
shit. That's so scary seeing the pictures and the I hope anyone who's in LA is safe, and if you've lost anything, I'm so sorry because
Yeah.
that's tragic. That's horrible.
I'm 3 hours away from LA, so I'm nowhere even like near that
Yeah.
area. The wind's not even blowing in this
Wow.
direction, so we're not
That's
even
good.
seeing a lot of the smoke. I'm sure eventually it might come to us. I know when
Mhm.
like the San Francisco fires were going on, the valley got a lot of that air. But anyway, um, yeah,
That
I
sucks.
saw I saw someone on Twitter post that their entire like game collection like burned, and they
Oh,
were showing
man.
like what game and like movie collection, like box like
That
Blu-ray and DVD. So,
sucks. And, like,
and they showed,
whole houses too.
yeah.
Ugh.
I thought about it. I don't know what I would do.
No, that's, like, all your stuff. It's like a
I
forced, like, restart on everything.
I don't know what I would do. I am so
Yeah.
sorry for all those people going through that. I cannot even imagine. I could not even imagine. I try so hard to empathize too, like try to like how oh well what's something that could happen to me to make me like trying to like understand that feeling, because we see things in the news, but they usually put the news people were in areas that have already been the fire's already like been put out and stuff.
Yeah.
There are still fires going on right now that are tearing through
Yeah.
shit throughout the entire day that we're not
Mhm.
seeing. There's no like
It's
live
nuts.
coverage. It is insane over there. And I have so many friends. Um, Reached out to a couple of them. A couple press events later this month got canceled. So I'm glad about that because the airport would have been insane.
Yeah.
Um, but fuck, anybody that's dealing
God,
with that, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry that's happening. That is awful. It's
Yeah,
very scary just to see on the news, so I can't even imagine.
it's it sucks because Anime Expo is around 4th of July every year in LA,
Mhm.
and they go hard on the fireworks out there, man. And
Oh,
every year
really?
I'm thinking like they're illegal. They're illegal to launch fireworks, but
Yeah.
they don't care. But every year I'm thinking one of these days something's gonna happen. Like a
Oh,
firework,
no.
and it's gonna be
Yeah.
over for the like.
It doesn't take much, it seems, for something
Yeah,
bad to
they're
happen.
boiling it down to an electrical issue or a smaller fire that turned into a bigger fire. They're figuring it out, but yeah, there's there's some craziness. It sucks.
Yeah, that's horrible. I'm
And then
sorry to you all.
I saw like celebrities are like helping out and stuff like that. And I think what we need to know too is that celebrities, when they're not working, they're not getting paid. Like a lot of them don't
Right.
have businesses or anything. Like acting is like all they do. That's why you see like, I don't know, Marty
The Rock
McFly do
tequila.
Comic Con. You know, like
Yeah.
people like some actors just do like the circuits of signing stuff and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Apparently, you can make
Like
quite a bit with that.
oh yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah.
they're they're making their money. They're working for their money. They're out there
Man.
grinding. But it's safe to say that even just because you are known or you're in a picture doesn't mean you're inherently rich after that.
No,
There's
yeah.
more steps that need to go in. And so
Mhm.
no matter who you are, of what social class, if you lost your home in that fire, it's fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's devastating.
It fucking sucks. But yeah, it's cool to see everyone coming together and helping
Yeah, that
everybody
is
else.
the
But
unity is the one positive silver lining,
mhm.
So it is it's devastating, but You got Azario and Spencer in your corner if we can
Ooh,
help.
yeah,
Granted,
yeah.
I'm a country away, but
And I am really fucking lazy. So
yeah.
I'll type 100 words a minute.
I'll write up
Uh,
a beautiful
uh,
call to
I'll send
action.
yeah, I'll send you $50 here and there.
Mhm,
But getting out in the nitty-gritty, I'm no help. I'm one of the people in those situations where I'm not weak by any definition of the word. I can lift something, I can do hard work, but I need
mhm.
everything like this step, this step, this step, this step.
Yeah, laid out, clear.
Yeah, any downtime, I'm on my phone, I'm trying to hide in the bathroom, like, I'm
Yeah,
looking for a way to get out of work. So if there's no steps there, I'm pretty,
I feel
useless.
that.
But, anyway, let's fucking talk about games.
Let's
2
talk
weeks
about
in a
games.
row.
We're back, baby. The boys are
Um,
back in town.
and they will be staying there for quite
They'll be
some time.
staying there for several weeks.
Um, you're streaming
Yes.
Sonic
And you're
Adventure, I
trying
think?
to stream. Yeah, I don't know. Lately I was just like I need to mix something up. I need to do something different while I'm doing all the same stuff. So I decided I streamed a little bit a few years ago and I enjoyed it and I was like, "Oh, let's try that again." So I've been streaming the first Sonic Adventure just cuz it's one of the only games I know like flawlessly inside and out. So one night I did Sonic story, one night I did Tails story. This Thursday when this goes up, that night I'm hoping to do Knuckles story. So,
I think that's
um,
safe
yeah,
is for your first couple games to do games that you know well,
yeah,
because
exactly.
that's my problem with, like, streaming in general is, like, I don't want people to realize how bad I am at video
Yeah,
games.
because it's live. There's no editing. So whatever it is that you do or say or anything, everyone will be like, "Wait, he said this. He doesn't know this about this game.
Yeah,
he did this." So yeah,
I play games strangely too,
yeah.
and
I think you got to lean into it like Germa. You got to like you gotta be like, just play your way, and then
yeah,
if people call it out, just make it fun and funny. So
yeah,
yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
weird
like,
the
yeah,
stuff like if I return to old games and play them, I will play them the same exact way
oh,
that I played
100%.
them. Yeah, I
My
never
Pokemon
ch
Gold party will like never
yeah,
change. It'll always
yeah.
be just the same things I like. I'm just
For
like,
some
I'm
r
always gonna pick Totodile. I'm always,
Yeah,
yeah,
for some reason, there's always a Pidgeotto there for
yeah.
fly,
There's a.
and
It's like okay, I need like a Noctowl to fly. I got a Totodile. I got, I like Houndoom. I like this. So then you do that. But yeah, no, that's been very fun. Apparently I'm according to this Twitch thing, it's not that hard to become an affiliate, so I'm gonna try and do that for fun so I can have little emotes and stuff. But
hey,
yeah, it's
something else to tick off that checkbox
yeah,
of
exactly.
Spencer Legacies. Did you like that?
Now I do like that. I do like that. Now one of the things on the affiliate is you need to have 50 followers. So hey, all of you, this is a call to action.
Ooh,
Go to
call to
Ace
action.
Bonanza on Twitch. Follow me.
We'll
You don't have to pay anything.
we'll link it in the about section in the YouTube
Yes.
video and in the
Let's get
Patreon.
me emotes
Uh,
so that and then I can if once you're affiliate, you can also start to make moolah. That'd be fun.
yeah,
That'd be a neat
I
thing.
have an emote of my face on Discord. One of our staff writers made one,
I
and
saw
then
someone used like my picture once and it was like, stop it, get some help. And I was like,
yeah, there's a meme, there's a Spencer meme that goes around.
yeah.
Lozy accused me of of plagiarizing because I used that picture because he made it.
That's funny. Good job. Good job, Lozy.
He's
Good job.
getting
I'm
his
always happy to be the subject of a meme or two.
uh,
Always glad.
um but yeah, I think also on streaming
Yeah, tell us your
words
experience.
Mark, and one of Mark's friends, Jose, that we get along with, and I think is a good
Third
gamer and just
chair.
yeah, just a good face, like doesn't. Yeah, it's tough because just because you're good at games and you like talking about games doesn't necessarily make you good in a conversational setting. There's
Mhm.
been so many times where, like, I'll go to, like, PAX or something, and I'll have a conversation with just, like, another content creator or something, and they will go off on some of the nerdiest tangents about, like, just stuff, like, I don't really care about, but
Yeah.
I know what they're talking about because,
Yeah.
like, you see it on Twitch or you see it on Twitter, um, the headlines that they're referencing, and I'm just like, "I don't wanna talk about this, man."
Yeah.
Like
You're like, "Oh, I just wanna play games and
yeah,
keep it light."
well, I even especially even at those, events, I would like to talk more shop, like, behind the scenes stuff than really, like,
Yeah.
getting to know you or, like, let's talk
You
about,
wanna
like,
be
how you
like,
got to where you
"Oh,
were."
what tell let's talk about this, who's here and what games they've made," and,
Mhm.
"Oh, yeah," that kinda more than the basics.
Yeah, I get really offended sometimes at these events too, like, internal offended, like,
Mhm.
okay, so inside baseball, there's a PR agency called Uber Strategist,
Mhm.
good team, um, but, they do a lot of, like, indie games and Japanese games. I'm sure you have tons of emails from them
Yeah.
or yeah, but, I was at a press event, and these journalists were laughing about how they get so many emails in their inbox, and they're like, who's that Uber strategist? I never open up their emails."
Oh,
And in the
that's
back of
messed
my
up.
yeah, in the back of my head, I
That's
wanted to
really
be like,
rude.
"Dude, you're missing out on some really fucking cool games." And
That's also,
they
like,
all
really not nice. It's so
yeah,
mean to, like, the company and the people who work there.
yeah. It wasn't their press event,
Yeah.
It was a Bandai press event, so it was a bigger game, I guess.
Mhm.
This is last year that this happened, but, oh, it bummed me out, and it's like, "Shut up, Azario, don't make it,"
Yeah.
like but in the back of my I just thought, like, "Man, you're missing out on some really cool games."
Yeah.
But sorry, tangent. Back to streaming. Mark, Jose, and I. Jose, we have a good repertoire. We can talk to him. He can talk back. He knows the jokes. He knows our community. He's been helping Mark on a lot of those tech videos. You'll see him in those tech videos, so he's close to us. Um, we tried to set it up yesterday, and we did through some testing. It's it's not going to work on my PC because the
Mhm.
processing power on OBS is like insane. And then
Yeah.
you throw in like that I'm hosting two of their scenes and then Discord, there's like a Discord angle to our setup and and we had to like fix all the audio. Anyway, it took us 3 hours just to set up. Well,
Wow.
we thought we had already set it up. We over the
Mhm.
weekend, Mark and I spent like 2.5 hours doing more setup or setting up the audio, and it was like working. But then when we threw Jose in there, it all kind of just crashed. So next week, so Mark did spend some time today fixing it, and next week we should be good to go on Tuesday to stream. And I think we're gonna
Ooh.
stream Hyper Light Breaker
Ooh.
Drifter.
Yeah, Drifter, I think.
Drifter,
That's
one of
exciting.
yeah, we're gonna stream that. It's a 3-player game, so it works.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Um, so that's my streaming story. I'm excited. That's all.
Streaming's fun. Streaming, I don't know. It's neat when you, like, obviously, I'm just starting out, so, like, my chat is mostly just my friends who show up, but it's fun to
Mhm.
have that back and forth in that environment of, like I'm playing through something and my friends will make a joke about what's on screen, and then I'll, like, it's an interesting way to talk with people and to interact with a game and with people as they also interact with the game. So,
I swear that
yeah.
if you and I could just be in a room together and just play a
Oh,
game
man.
together, it would be that same dynamic, I
Look
feel
out,
like.
Game Grumps. Look out,
Ah, dude,
all the Let's Players.
yeah. Like even if I just got I should fly you out here for 1 week, Spencer
We just
vacation.
record tons of shit
We just can
in a row.
record That's what people do in, like, those content creators. They'll,
They
like,
do, yeah.
Airbnb fucking condos and then just make a shit ton of
A
content
shit
in a
ton in a
couple
week and release over 6 months.
make people think that they, like, are rich or whatever, like,
Yeah,
if you do not see pictures of them or their family in the background of these condos, that is not their house, I'll
that's
tell
not
you all that
yeah,
right now.
that's an
They're
Airbnb that they're
faking it.
renting.
They're
Yeah.
faking it. They're faking
Which, I
it.
mean, even then, you it's probably expensive to even rent it, but
Yeah, let's be honest.
let's be real.
Um, games, video
Games.
games.
Video
We
games.
both reviewed the same game.
We did, and we gave very close scores too.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. What
Mhm.
Okay, so the biggest criticism of this game is the single protagonist. Playing through
Yeah.
the game, how did you? The game's about 20 hours long. It's
Mhm.
not that long, and it goes by pretty quick. I don't know if you had that same
I
experience as I
think
did.
so because the story moves so fast because
The
there's so
story
much
moves.
time. It'll be like, "Oh, remember this event from 2 years ago, and you just did that mission." And you're like, "Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay." So it's I think that's part of it, is how much
yeah.
time passes and whatnot.
I know it's only a section of the Three Kingdoms story, but like, um, I kinda wanted them to go slower in some parts because there are those time
Yeah.
skip those there are some, there's, like, 3 or 4 time skip areas where it's just black and just text on the screen to tell you, like, what
Mhm.
happened. Um, but yeah, what are your thoughts on the single protagonist?
Um, I don't mind it because the weapons are so different and because you can swap in with your partners. So I don't hate it as much as like I thought. I do prefer like pick any of the people, but it's clear that they wanted to tell a story here with this one protagonist who has amnesia and their connection to this mysterious organization kind of thing. Um, but I think they at least did as much as they could to make it not feel like you're stuck as one fighting style because there's the sword style, the punching gloves, the spears, the big sword. Like there's all these different weapons and wheels and uh twin spears so that even if you're only playing as him and you're not swapping to your allies much, it still is like, okay, well, these combos are pretty different. Like this jumping attack does this one does that. So I think that was good in that regard, but I do wish you could be more actively other characters because I mean, like, there's not a ton of personality to the one that you pick. You can do some dialogue options, but they don't really matter.
They don't do anything.
Um, and like you have a very he doesn't even really like emote and like cuts it. He'll just be
Yeah. Even when the guy's like, "I saw you on the battlefield and you were amazing," and it shows him and he's like
yeah, he literally just goes. It's very strange.
Or even on the date, even on there's a couple dates you go on, and it's, like, really awkward because the
Yeah,
girls are really into him, and he's just like, "This water's nice,"
this I
or
enjoyed this room temperature
yeah.
water.
Yeah,
And it's
just something,
like,
like,
okay,
super or they're,
yeah,
like, walking and I don't know. I agree with you, though, like, I think why it works how it works is it allows you to jump the battlefield because sometimes, like, and that's why I think the demo kind of maybe doesn't really show what the game actually becomes,
mhm,
because later on in the game, once you get, like, tactics, once you unlock, like, even synergy attacks where you can, bring a companion in with you and do some dual attacks together on the battlefield,
yeah,
even weapons, dude. I was unlocking weapons, like, the pole I unlocked, like, 14 hours in to the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like,
You get weapons pretty late.
it's it's a slow rollout of stuff,
Mhm,
and that's what kept me interested is, like, people hate on the nameless
the Avatar
protagonist,
kind of guy.
but it works, and
Mm,
within the context of this narrative, it's like you're the player overlooking a story that come on, we've played this story before.
I was gonna say that like they've done this story before, so at that point it's like okay, well, mixing it up with an Avatar esque character isn't. I think trying that out isn't necessarily a bad thing.
and slowing it down, slowing
Yeah.
down, like, this was the most I've understood Dynasty
Mhm.
the Three Kingdoms story
Yeah.
in a very long time.
And there's a lot
I
going on, so it's good to know that
Oh,
because the
yeah.
amount of, like, groups that rise and fall and allies who become enemies and vice versa. Like, there's a lot to keep up with, so that pace is appreciated.
I know everyone was saying that Leo Bay was, like, the good guy,
Yeah.
but I don't think he was the good guy.
No? You didn't pick
I
him?
I picked, Xiao Xiao first,
Mhm.
because I feel like they wanted me they really have a way to make I don't know, the the darkish characters lean like they give them a certain look, a villain look. Like
Yeah.
they look like villains, and
Yeah.
I just thought that they were doing that for Xiao Xiao, and I just liked his.
He had a very intense stare.
Yeah, and with that choice system, I think they did a good job in that whole branching path too. It just gives you stuff to look forward to. There's always something to do in that game. I was never bored. I was always
No.
having fun. Some of those rain stages are pretty cool. Um,
Yeah, the rain is a neat effect, I will say.
yeah, there's some moments where like you get behind a fucking a battlefield there, and you flank around the enemies, and you just see like this huge area with all these soldiers on the battlefield, and you're coming up behind them and you're like, how am I going to do this? And then you get
Yeah.
in and you're about to just fucking take it, and then like a general far off on the side starts beating his drum, and it's like, oh, you're now a time limit because they're rushing you, they're about, like, you
Yeah.
got to stop it,
You
but
have 5 minutes to do this.
there's no way you're going to get to the other side of that battlefield. So you have to like do stuff to plan it out, but you have like these four fucking generals kicking your ass,
Yeah.
and it's a fun game. It's
It
a
is a fun
challenge.
game.
There's challenge there. Lu Bu
Yeah.
is
I thought it was harder
insane.
than most Warriors games I've played on normal. Like, I typically, especially for review, I play every game on normal because 'cause I'm like, "This is the most tested mode. This is the most
Mhm.
like, this is the intended experience for the most games." Um, but, like, there were some challenging missions. Lu Bu, yeah, it was did you beat him in that first mission?
Oh no, no way. I
No?
tried, dude. I fought him probably like, oh, dude, to the point where I was getting really upset in that whole mission, that mission where you're supposed to run from him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like a secret area in the treasure area or whatever. But
Yeah.
so I didn't know about that secret area for the first like, I don't know, 10 tries. And I was just
Yeah.
trying to get through all the generals
Yeah.
and and
Oh, yeah,
and
because that
fight
is,
my
like, the
way through.
standard, like, might as well take out every leader.
Yeah. So I did approach that mission that way many times because my ego, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this the hardest way possible. And yeah, I had to settle to do that the treasure route or the secret
I did
the
too.
actual route.
I
I
was
could
able to
not
beat him
fight
in
him.
the second mission, but not the first one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the one where they're
on a
like, "Go,
horse
we'll
or
hold
whatever.
him off." Then
Yeah,
I was like, "No, I'm gonna kill him," and then I did, and I was like, "Woo."
I think the windows to dodge are really small, so
Yes.
I put some the dodge and parry. I put some equipment that increases that window. So I did
Yeah,
stuff like that to fight them, but it's a hard game, and
it
I've
is.
never said that in a while for Dynasty Warriors game. You hear the words repetitive. You hear the words you do the same mission over and over again, and you don't really see you're not seeing that in the critiques for this game.
Only a little bit from me. Just because and that's just because reviewing this kinda game is a lot different than because they gave us a
Mm,
fair amount of time, but
yeah.
I with the holidays and stuff, it got pushed back a bit. So like you're doing a lot each day. And that
Yeah.
it does start to feel similar in that regard. But I do
Yeah.
try and also acknowledge that and be like, it's because of this. But it
Especially
is
if you're doing
fun.
they don't really, especially if you're doing, like, those little side missions that pop up while
Yeah,
you're
I did a lot
traveling.
of skirmishes, and
But
that did it
but they
too.
do not tell you exactly what those skirmishes benefit in terms of, like, regional peace. There's, like, a whole
Yeah,
tension system there that's not really explained, but it is going on, and if you
yeah,
don't do the skirmishes, you can get fucked with not getting, like, really good items later on.
yeah, because 'cause they'll
Um,
leave you gifts and stuff.
yeah, so I don't know. It's a give and take there. I only did those skirmishes when I didn't play for, like, a day, and I was coming back, and I was like, "Oh, let me practice again with
Yeah, to get used
trying."
to it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would do
dude,
it
so
when it
yeah.
was like, your rank isn't high enough, you should be a higher rank for the next mission. I was like, "Okay, I'll equip something I'd barely use and do a couple skirmishes so that my rank goes up."
I had fun with this game though, because I was using
Yeah.
weapons that I don't normally use in Dynasty
Yeah, I
Warriors
like the
games.
staffs.
The
The
gloves,
gloves are fun.
the pole is really cool.
Yeah.
Uh, the double, axes when you're running
Yeah.
through and just, like,
You're
mowing
just
through.
chopping, boom, 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 and on
Uh,
a horse, you look so cool with it, you're
oh, you
like,
look so cool.
Yeah,
So cool.
it's awesome.
Um, yeah, I am glad that others, picked up this game and
I
had
see a lot of
fun with
people
it.
talking about it online.
I hope I don't know, do you see this being, like, the direction of Dynasty Warriors in the future? Like, are we gonna get a One Piece Pirate Warriors in this style?
That would rock. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'll come down to license holders and how much they want to differentiate from the usual, but I would
Yeah.
be open to that for sure.
I would just not want it to look like Jump Force. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Yeah,
stick in the
yeah.
anime, maybe like a
Stick with the cell shaded.
cell shaded, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think in terms of scalability, I think that'd be
yeah, I
cool.
agree. That'd be very exciting. One day they're gonna make a Power Rangers Muso game, and it's gonna rock. And
Why
I keep hoping for it,
why
but
haven't you sold them that idea?
I know there's putties, so you have like things that there can be like thousands of for you to
Yeah.
mow through. You can be
Yeah.
each ranger. They all have different weapon types. It just
Yeah.
seems like a franchise made for Muso. I don't get it. I don't know.
The fucking game writes itself.
I know it's like two puzzle pieces, just perfectly. I don't know. I hope they do it. Hey, Koei Tecmo and Omega Force, if you're watching, that's free. I don't even need to be paid for that. Just make
Yeah.
it and give me a free copy, and that's it.
Yeah, that's I told that to the producer of Dynasty Warriors when I was doing the interview. I told him that the people wanted Lubu bathing suit DLC. And I was like, you don't even have to pay me for that tip.
Yeah,
It's like you can have that
that
one for free.
rocks. Lubu
Um
in trunks, and he has that intense face.
I hope that people pick it up and it sees success so that we do get the rest of the pieces of the story because
Mhm. Seems like half,
they
right?
it's like I feel like it's one third of the story.
Wow. Okay.
Um, fuck, you know what this game? You know what? It really like solidifies in the whole Dynasty Warriors series that the
Um,
Yellow Turban Army wasn't really that bad.
yeah,
They
they were
were
the best.
they were
Everyone after also did that same bad stuff, and then also more.
yeah
And
yeah
it's like, maybe we made the problem worse.
yeah. When I was
Yeah.
fighting, even for the first, like I fought many Dynasty Warrior, I fought many Yellow Turban Army members, but this is the first time playing that I was like, I don't want to be fought. Like I agree with these guys. Like
That is the great. They're like, hey, we think that there's too much power and corruption, and we're like, yeah, and then it's like, yeah, but they're bad. It's like, what?
huh?
That's they're like, see, they're doing bad things sometimes, and I was like, well, that is bad, but everyone else also does that, so I don't see how
Yeah,
that'll change. And then literally, when you fight the leader, he's like, those people will be dealt with. Yeah, that is bad. I'm like, okay, then I can just leave because I
yeah.
told them.
Who's
Oh,
it? What's his name? That Deng
Zhang
Zhao.
Feng, the
Zhang.
Zhang
Yeah,
Jiao.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some that he's clearly a villain.
Yeah, at the beginning you're like, "Wow, what a cool friend guy," and then they're like, "We need to kill him." I was like, "Okay."
So yeah, if you haven't thought about a Dynasty Warriors game, I think this is the most approachable
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors game in terms of
Mhm.
like if you're more of an action player, I think it ticks those boxes. But if you're a Dynasty Warriors player, there were moments in that game where I was like, "Holy shit, this is Dynasty Warriors!"
Yeah.
Like
Every
there's
time
no
you're riding into an army and you have them running with
yes,
you and it does that slightly low angle, that was great.
dude, the one-on-one battles, fucking
Yeah, the
cool.
duels rock. Those are really fun.
They never even like they don't really like tell you that it's coming either. Like it just
Yeah.
happens and you're like, "Oh shit, yeah." And then you're just
They're
like
like, "Press this,
surround
challenge him to a duel." And you're like,
fuck
"What?
it.
Okay." Yeah, and until it's like a schoolyard fight, there's like a whole
Yeah.
crowd around you, they're like, "Yeah, yeah."
But
That was great.
the camera sits perfectly right there for to it be like it is an action game, you know, it
Yeah.
borrows like these action sensibilities and the pairing feels nice.
Yes, it's
Um
very satisfying.
I started off pairing a lot in that game, but by the end of the game, I learned that dodging is the
Yeah.
way.
Parry the
Dodging is
fodder guys and then dodge the big guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah, I started getting much better with those skills. And I need more because I don't know why I spent 35 hours developing all these skills. I need more Dynasty Warriors now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. That's an inversion. In most games, you dodge until you learn how to parry. It's
Uh,
interesting that it's an inversion. That's funny.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
I and in a Dynasty Warriors before, I never dodged and I never thought
Wow.
to parry.
Yeah, you just plow through
Just
and maybe
plow.
block if you need to at most.
There's I didn't you know what about this game? The Musu attacks,
Mhm.
some of them weren't as cool as I like.
Yeah, they're
So
a little tame. A lot of just
they're a
like
little tame.
whoosh,
Yeah,
a lot of
they're
just
a little.
slash.
The other characters once you control them, they clearly got the better
Mhm,
animated Musu attacks. Then you get the ultimate attack that kind of um works
mhm.
more proficient in those big battles, but yeah, I like the spectacle of Musu attacks, and
Yeah.
I think the other ones because you're playing as a character and you're like, I can't wait to see this character's specific Musu attack. They spent more time on that aspect, but
Mhm.
this one you kind of get the Musu special a lot, um, especially if you don't let it the little gauge or whatever go all the way up. I don't.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game. Good game. Check it out if you like Dynasty Warriors. And if you have never played Dynasty Warriors, it's a really good starting point.
Mm-hmm. What do you have for the rest of the month
Um, what can I
that you can
talk
talk
about?
about?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me take a quick gander because I know there's a couple things I can't discuss. Um, what am I gonna? I think I'm gonna. I might end up covering Hello Kitty Island Adventure because
Dude, that game is dope.
yeah, I was just like I posted news about it and they're like, oh, did you send a code request? I was like, sure, okay. Like I don't know anything about Sanrio like, other than like
Yeah.
Batsmaru and Karopi. So I was like, but it's like Animal Crossing with that. Sure,
I
so I
played it
might do
at
that.
Summer Games Fest on the Switch version at least, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it seems very charming. So I might be on that. And then I don't know. I gotta pick a game to play once I'm done these review games because after Dragon Quest was the one I was working towards. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to look at my library. Maybe Bomb Rush Cyber Funk finally because I've
Ooh,
been
that'll be a fun
my
game to
friend.
stream.
Yeah, that would be a good game to stream. My friend got me that for my birthday because I'm a big Jet Set Radio head. Although it might be a nightmare musically for DMCA to,
Yeah,
to stream
I'm
because I thought about streaming Jet Set Radio and I was like, wait a minute, those songs might get DMCA'd like that.
they have stuff for that by now.
Maybe,
There's
yeah.
you'll be fine. I'm reviewing two games right now that I can't talk about. Um, but I want to review Citizen Sleeper 2.
What's that?
And that I don't know, but Citizen Sleeper was like a game that everyone talked about as being like this really good narrative driven game, and I'm kind of picky on them, so I want to
Mhm.
see if it is as good as like people were. It's like that 1000x resist factor where a handful of journalists uh, talk up a specific game and that
Yeah.
becomes the game and it's like, there's so many other narrative adventures out there that you guys aren't really paying
Yeah.
attention to. Um, but I hope that it's not. It's we'll see. I'll probably pick that one up either for
Yeah.
review or for just to play. I'm reviewing, trying to get through Tokyo Clan Pool. It's on
Mm.
PC. It's on. I'm playing it on it, but man, it's an old Vita game remastered by East Asia Soft. It's fun. It's like a Neptunia game, but I don't know if I'll like get around to writing or making content about it. I hope so.
Yeah. That'd be
Other
neat.
than that,
Maybe maybe if it goes on sale, I'll play your game of the year. I will finally get Sandland, maybe. That'd be fun.
oh, you got to
I
Sandland it
wanna
up.
play it. Anything with
It's a
Akira Toriyama art, I will
it's
dive
a
into.
pretty long game.
Is it? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Okay,
long game.
noted. We'll
It's
see.
like
I'll add it to the old Amazon wish list, and then when it goes on sale, I'll say, "Oh, it's been long enough. I have time," and
it's
we'll have a
it's
gay old time.
it's thinking about the heroics in that game make me emotional because I just love the character so much.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
very
classic.
nostalgic. Yeah,
It's a
very
classic
nostalgic
manga.
story. The things that they did in the video game version of it blew me away.
Yeah,
Eh,
that's exciting.
Other than that, that's the show.
That's the show. Check out the Noisy Pixel. Do you do it on Twitch or YouTube? Your stream.
We're doing it on YouTube.
Check out the Noisy Pixel YouTube for when they stream. Check out Ace
Mm,
Bands Twitch for when I stream, and then we'll be all
links
good.
below.
Links below.
Links below.
Give us all a
Uh,
follow.
yeah, and ask us questions too if you want. We'll
Yeah.
answer. Not DC Fat
100%.
Cat.
Yeah, sorry,
The,
you're Dutch.
yeah,
We
you're
had a meeting
excluded.
before the podcast.
Too many questions.
Persona non
Those.
grata.
Yeah. Have a good week, everyone. We'll see you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.
Bye.